Jesus is correcting here the hypocrisy. He's correcting here, and he's giving some advice to say, by the standard that you're going to look at someone else and judge them for the things they're doing, should be also the same standard that you're able to look at yourself and judge your own actions. But here's what we do. We more than likely, we look at other people and judge only by their mistakes, or only by the things that they can do bad or wrong, or we look at someone else and only judge by their actions, and never judge or examine someone by their intentions or the heart of the matter. But what do we do to ourselves? We look at our own selves and say, well, I didn't intend for this to come out this way. Or we look at our own heart or our own intentions, and very rarely do we actually judge ourselves by our actual actions. How many times do you say to someone else, or say to your spouse, or you say to a friend of yours, "Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't intend it that way. Hear my heart on this. I didn't mean for that to come out wrong," or whatever it may be. The reality was, yes, you didn't mean it, but something did happen, an apology that you're probably going to have to own, right? That's something that we talk to our girls about all the time, and I have to remind myself about when there's times that you make a mistake, even if you didn't intend to make the mistake, there's times and places where you just have to own it, right? And so this is what we do. We judge ourselves by our own intentions, and we judge others by their actual actions, or the way we perceive their actions to be. So you look at someone else and they do something that offends you, or they do something that you assume was done with a bad heart, they assume was done with bad intentions, and you're judging them by this. And what Jesus is trying to do here, and he's trying to correct things and level the playing ground and saying, hey, we're all people here, and just because, in this instance, just because you're a Pharisee or teacher of the law, doesn't mean that you can look down on someone else and all of the mistakes that they made, or just because of where they come from, it doesn't mean that you can judge them by the own standards that you're not even setting for yourself. That's what this means here. So he says, don't judge others, and you will not be judged. He's giving you good advice here. It's not talking about there's not going to be any judgment for you from God or nothing like that. That's not what it's talking about. He's giving you advice here and helping correct some of the wrongs. For you'll be treated as you treat others. The standard you use in judging will also be the standard by which you will be judged. There's a figure of speech here, and they would say there would be two different standards they would set. There would be a standard of judgment and condemnation, or a standard of mercy that was given to others. And what Jesus is saying here, if all that you're giving is judgment and condemnation to someone else, then what should you expect back for yourself, right? But by the standard that you're judging, by the standard that you're using, you say, if I'm going to be one that extends mercy, then if I expect mercy extended to me, I also want to be an individual that extends mercy to others.